Allow me to provide you with something fascinating. Back in 2024, when some straight-faced folks said XRP wouldn't take off this market cycle, I spoke a lot about a particular measure. Isn't it hard to believe now? Those remarks haven't held up over time, similar like a milk carton that has been left out for too long. I remember them, I promise. This is where the fun begins. This time it's not only about XRP, the same measure is poised to light up once more. It is taking place throughout a whole sector of the cryptocurrency market. I'll explain everything to you, but let me just add that this market is ready to go. Additionally, XRP is positioned to rank in the top 100 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization as one of the greatest beneficiaries. Ever since the election in November, it has already been noteworthy. Additionally, I think it has a good possibility of staying at the forefront. It will come very close to being the best performer at the end. People, it appears like a significant event is imminent. Here there will be some fascinating activity, and I have no doubt that we will receive our fair share of it. Actually, I've been looking at a few charts and a number of analysts are expressing the same opinion regarding a crucial measure that I'll discuss in this video. According to one of them, XRP may potentially reach 15 buyers. You are aware that I don't forecast prices, but to be honest, that doesn't seem all that unrealistic. It's the sort of thing that could actually occur. However, let me clarify. This isn't financial advice and I don't have any financial experience. Please don't base your decisions to buy or sell on anything I write or say. Do your own research at all times. As of this writing on July 8, 2025, Bitcoin has risen to 108,559, while XRP is trading at 2.3 cents. Although the overall market capitalization of cryptocurrencies is now hovering around 3.3 trillion, I assure you that this will not be the case for long. Before this cycle ends, don't be surprised if that number doubles or even triples. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked. Additionally, the manner all coins are preparing to pump will completely alter people's lives. The spark that will light the flames is what we're waiting for. Folks, it's coming. The blockchain backers post makes the case very clear. Check out this chart. The Russell 2000 is a U.S. stock index that measures small-cap stocks. What makes this significant? He notes, however, that an altcoin season has never been complete without the Russell 2000 joining in. That makes logic too. People move farther out on the risk curve when they are more willing to take on risk, which manifests as more investments in small-cap stocks. This results in people investing in ever smaller market cap coins in the cryptocurrency space. He claims that today is a calm day for the markets. Hey, it looks like the Russell 2000 is waiting for something to cause some movement as it hovers just below 702. We all seem to be waiting for a story or piece of news to spark interest and get everyone fired up. Let's face it though, there are instances when the market isn't being driven by a compelling news story. Although people may attempt to attribute the movement to anything, the market frequently moves randomly and without apparent cause. Sometimes that's just the way things work out. We'll see what happens together regardless of whether it's a major story or just one of those sporadic changes in the market. In any case, everything is unquestionably primed and prepared for action. TechDev, a chart analyst, posted something intriguing with his 533,000x followers. The association between the price of Bitcoin and the liquidity-weighted business cycle is evident in the graphic he showed. This is what he said. There will be an acceleration in late 2016 and late 2020. He's arguing that we're in a similar situation to the days just before the past two significant market upswings, when everything went completely crazy. He asserts that nothing is different this time. There will be huge developments that will blow people away. You might find this post from chart analyst Dom intriguing. He has charted the normalized and aligned price cycles of Bitcoin based on their cycle bottoms. This chart essentially illustrates how markets often reach their lowest point during each cycle, even when it seems like the end of the world. We have repeatedly observed this pattern. This cycle as well as the one that came before it. In each cycle, Dom marks the point at which the bottom happened and records the events that followed. Consider the purple line, for instance. That is the post-Beatum cycle for 2015. Let's discuss the decline of the Bitcoin market. We can monitor the market's movement from the moment the price of Bitcoin drops to its lowest point. You can see the number of days that have gone by at the bottom of the chart. 600, 800, 1,000, 400, and so forth. The cycle after the 2018 market bottom, which I'm very certain occurred on December 15, 2018, is shown by the red line. We are able to observe the course of events from that moment on. The green line now indicates our current location. To be honest, I have no idea which day the cycle's bottom occurred, but that's not really important. It may have occurred in November, somewhere around the time of the FTX collapse. However, you can clearly see how everything fits together. This is when it gets interesting. This chart conveys a lot of information, regardless of your belief in the 4-year cycle. Bitcoin's current trajectory is still on course when compared to the last 2 cycles. In fact, I supported my optimistic forecast in April with this graphic. We've now reached the point where previous cycles indicate the last one should begin. Major tops have historically occurred around day 166 of the cycle, meaning that according to that trend we have roughly 100 days left. In the event that history repeats itself as it typically does, Bitcoin may begin to gain traction this summer, with altcoins likely to follow closely behind. The upcoming summer is looking exciting. Nothing is ever assured, of course, but based on historical patterns, this type of momentum is generally expected during the 4th year of a bull cycle. We are now very near. We might be there if we had a bit more patience. Unless, of course, this time is truly different, which, let's face it, is nearly never the case. This time won't be any different in my opinion. Let's examine this observation made by the renowned chart analyst Matsby. He's highlighting an intriguing detail on the other chart that you may view on your screen. With the exception of the top 10, this chart shows the top 125 coins by market capitalization. Even though XRP isn't covered in this one, stay tuned because I have some fascinating XRP news to share with you. The thing is this, the market really heats up when it does. Because XRP tends to move in a similar time frame, it is worthwhile to pay attention even though it is not on this chart. Matsby stated that he is not alone in observing this pattern, since the others chart is beginning to display some extremely encouraging 4-hour candle closes, which are positive indicators for altcoins. Take a look at this. Tony Severino, a chart analyst, wrote this really intriguing post. He is presenting a different graphic that displays the total market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies, omitting the top 10. The remainder is in the top 125. The fact that he is using Bollinger Bands to analyze it is what makes this so intriguing. Take a look at this. He's pointing out that people talk about altcoins that aren't in the top 10. And you know what? These altcoins have the tightest Bollinger Bands in the history of cryptocurrency. Yes, you heard correctly. Tightest ever. This indicates that a significant move is imminent. Here's the worst part though. We're not sure if it will shoot upward or downward. Which side are you on then? Is it bullish or bearish? One thing to remember, do you notice those upper and lower lines when Bollinger Bands get this tight? It means that a significant event is about to take place. You can see that the bottom line is green and the top line is red in this graphic. We refer to this as the Bollinger Band tightening when they begin to converge. For now, this is the main lesson learned. The burst you can anticipate when it ultimately occurs will be larger the tighter those rings get. Bollinger Bands don't indicate if the next major trend will be upward or downward. Let's be honest, it could go either way. The market is booming right now. I'm betting it's heading up when it takes off. There, that's my call. All positive. I have a lot of confidence in this one. Am I mistaken? Yes, you can do anything. To be honest though, I don't believe so. For all the factors I've been mentioning here, it just seems obvious to me that a large upward burst is the most likely move. We're probably about to witness a huge explosion when things eventually take off, since this is the tightest it's ever been in history. You understand exactly what that means if you share my bullishness. Great chance for a significant breakthrough. This now directly connects to the discussion of XRP. For the past year and a half, I've been closely monitoring a certain indicator, which I've discussed on the channel numerous times. When this trend initially began, it was the